Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is a craft with me and I'm making the second set or round of bag toppers for Brittany Pochick's bag topper swap that I'm in. And this theme is Halloween / shabby. So I was like, okay, like a shabby pastel. And this is what I came up with. And I've never worked with pastel Halloween before. So I only made one. And then I left the others blank because I wanted to make sure, and I'm glad that I did because I would do things differently now that I did it, because I did things kind of backwards. But anyway, this is what I did. The back, you could just put your like info on the back, like once the recipient gets this, they could put their little info. But I think it turned out cute. I was like really nervous to work with pastel stuff, and actually I liked it, and it started flowing and got my creative juices flowing. So this is what I made, and I'm just gonna, I guess, go into this with you. So I used my AlinaCraft Halloween dies. So this one right here, it doesn't cut on the edge, so you can make like, you can cut this on a circle, a square, and I cut it on a square. As you can see, the back side's a square. This is what it looks like when I cut it out. So it cuts the spider web and then like a doily style, and then it just like the back piece I left like a square. So that's what I used. This paper right here, my friend Anne gifted me. It's like the Pastel Halloween. Somebody, I think Serena B makes this, or it's part of her collection from a couple years ago. But anyway, so I did those, and then I literally just had a square piece of paper, and I just used my fancy scissors on the edge to give it a little something something, so you don't have to have a fancy bag topper die. Glued those little spiders on, spider webs, doilies on. But next, I originally put tulle on here, but now that I know I want to have like that stitching detail on here, I'm gonna go ahead and stitch these first. Okay, so now that I stitched them, I just did a little square all the way around. See, this one I didn't go all the way at the top because I heard it. I had already glued stuff down, so I was like, oh no. And I used a cheap little like Michaels. These come in like a big old pack and stuff. And I'm gonna ink around the edge because I liked, I don't know, I just felt like it was missing something, my project, like the finished project. So I was like, let's add some ink. Okay, so then I have this tulle. This is from Walmart. It kind of has that, so you can see right here, like that pink purpley shimmer in the light type of glitter. I'm just gonna cut a rough estimate triangle to cover the entire surface of this. And then I know my hat, which is right here, this hat is also from AlinaCraft. It came with the tree stump and then the little hat with the little spider dangling, or that's a bug because it only has 4 legs. But I went ahead and cut it out in 5mm foam, as you can see right here, in black foam. And I just left the little, I didn't pop those little pieces out. I wanted it like that so that it would peep through the purple, pastel purple glitter paper. And then right where the spider was, because this whole front thing was purple, I just cut the purple part off so that the spider would look like it was black. That's just the foam showing through. So I really like the dimension on this thing. And I know that so here's my tool. And I know that he's gonna go right here at an angle. So that's where I'm gonna glob on my glue for the tool. And just right here. And I'm gonna put it on there. And I just wanted this to have a rough look. And push it down a little bit. Now I'm gonna get my hat. I already had done these, which is a good thing. Right there, like so, and kind of just really give it a push down, make sure it's at the right angle. My tool is kind of like sloppily hanging over. I'm just going to cut it a little bit closer to the actual rectangle. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like barely just hanging over the edge, and it's freely able to flap around. My original one, when I added the stitching after the fact, it like stitched it down. I'm like, I might as well as made a shaker, but I didn't. So here's what it looks like. Okay, so now I did all of those with the tool. Because it is a shabby like look, I was like, okay, well, we need to add lace, right? So this is from Alina. She sells this like lace. This is in the black color. I literally just cut down the center to get 2 little halves because I don't need, I mean, it's just going to be covered by glue. So like so. Oh. And then with the scallop side down. And then I'm just going to glue that on the inside just a little bit. I'm just going to place it on like so. I'm going to at least line up one edge, and then I would just have to cut my little AliExpress silicone, especially with lace. You don't want to be using your real fingers for this. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim it. And added that little lace like detail look to it. Then I got this trim at Daiso. It's got like gray, white, and black, like in half mixed. As you can see, like almost like little wool balls on here. And I just put that on the very edge. I don't know why, I just did it. it needed something. So I'll do that. Okay, so now I've added the little trim, just a little touch of something, you know, right there. And then for the hat part, I wanted little like sprigs and stuff hanging out. So I did a little piece of, I couldn't find black and white twine, like I didn't own any, or it's in my Christmas, because I know a Christmas one, Christmas something that I had rather came with some. So I don't even know where it's at. So I'm just going to twist it a little bit. Put it kind of in the center of my hat. Glue that down. And then I'll trim that if it's too long later once I put the flowers. Okay, so there's my little strings, I guess. Next, part of my flower parts. You guys saw me haul probably like about a week ago. These little sprigs. I was going to use pink, and I was like, you know what? Let's add these like gold color one, because the stick part is actually black, so I kind of liked that. Like, I think that would work better. So I need 2 per thing. Okay, so I just twist these up, and then I'm gonna glue it down so that they're pointing like outward. Like so. Fold it in half. Use my finger like so it looks like that. Okay, so now that I have all my hats prepped for the flowers, because usually I do the flowers and then I add sprigs, you know, but I'm like always trying to shove it in and it doesn't always work the easiest. So I'm going to use these little pink flowers. These are from AliExpress. I just use a crappy pair of scissors and cut off the wire. And I also rip off this little back leaf part. Kind of just fan that bottom layer of petals out. Glue him down. And he's on the left of the hat, on the brim. And then the like blue minty colored flowers that I used, I didn't have a smaller flower. And if you notice, they're kind of like 2 big giant whatevers. You notice this flower is smaller. So what I do to do that, because I didn't have any smaller of like this color, again with my crappy scissors, cut and rip. And then I also take that first layer of petals and play He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not. Just kidding. I rip the entire section off, and it instantly shrinks the flower, and you can keep going to make the flower like, look at this, is like more of a rosebud style. So that's what I do to make a flower smaller if it's too big. And I do this with all size flowers. If it's too big, make it lose some weight. So I think it looked a little bit better with a smaller flower. Like so. And then I just went in with some tiny little gems and added some glue to the, they're sticky already, but I need to add glue. Now I got my little hat, make sure all the stringy strings are off. Like so. Okay, got those 3 all situated. Next, I used this die right here from my stash. I know several stores carry it, so if I find it, I'm going to link it down below. But this one actually folds, this top one. I didn't use that one because it was too big for my project, so I used this like slanted style one right here, and I just physically went in and bent it myself to give it like dimension. I already went ahead and cut them out on white cardstock, and they were missing something, like the cardstock was too bright. So I was like, okay, let's go in with my handy little cheap inker. And then those stamps, I hauled several from Tuesday morning. This is the Spellcast one. It had trick or treat, and this was the shortest word that I had for Halloween that would fit on this banner, so I went with that. I'm just gonna glue them down on the page flag part. Right across. Like so, right at the bottom, kind of. This one, it's overlapping on the hat, so I probably placed the hat differently, but that's that. Okay, so I got all those, and I just realized I forgot to put the lace on these other two, so I'm going to do that real quick. What next is this die set from AlinaCraft store. It comes with like 13 different dies. I went ahead and did this bat, and then this little like bat flying the other way, mama and the baby. As you can see right here, I just got them and kind of folded them in half so that they are sticking off the card like dimensional, you know. With the little bat, I just stick my thumb in there and like crease it down. Some gluey glue. Just hold it down. And then the little baby one, I did the same thing. I just folded it down and glued him. Like so. And then, you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, how perfect is this? So I got these gemstones. I want to say I'm like Michael's, maybe? They're kind of like a little teardrop with like a dot on it. And look, you guys, how perfect. This is the bat's head and the bat's abdomen, you guys. Look, I was so happy when I discovered that. It's like so cute. And just push it down in the center, and look, he's got a head and a little body gemstone. How cute is that? I was so excited. So there's the little bat and the baby. And then I went through with my wink of Stella, and I could have easily cut this with like glitter paper, but I wink of Stella'd my bats and then my flowers. I know you guys can't see it. Well, I can never see it on camera when other people are working with it, but it just gives this like, where's the bats? Oh, yeah. Oh, catching, glistening. It just adds this glisten to your projects. Okay, so there they are. And then I had one last thing, and this was by accident because I still had my previous project on my desk, I guess. I have these black glitter sequins in stars, like big and small. And this is the original. As you can see, I put a little star right on top of the banner in between the or and the treat, just to add a little sequins, you know? So I'm gonna do that right now. Just put a little bit of hot glue. Not be that super noticeable, but it's there, you know? Like so. And then the last but final touches I had some of the gray and the black gemstones. These are from Michael's. I was like, you know what, the banner needs something on it. As you can see right here, I just added it to the end of the little flag part. And stuck those on. And then also when I was like looking at my project, I was like, you know what, let's add some dimension to the flag part or whatever. I started curling up the little like fishtail parts, just to, I don't know, give it more dimension, I guess. Like so. So yeah, now they are all finished. I'm pretty sure they're all the same. Like, I didn't miss anything on these guys. So So I hope that this goes with like the Pastel Halloween. I think so, right? I mean, I like the way it turned out. These are super cute. And these ones are a lot smaller than my my other one, as you can see, like the length, because I'm going to include different size treat bags. Like the cellophane bag is smaller, so that's why I went with a smaller size on this guy. So yeah, that is my second bag topper. And then the third bag topper is traditional. So I haven't decided which paper I'm going to use for that one. I have an idea, but I don't know yet. So yeah, these are these guys. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next crafty video.